Well, after a 10-month hiatus, we are finally back with Josiah's Grape Reviews. The return, ladies and gentlemen, the first one of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. It is finally here. I apologize for being lazy and not continuing series such as Josiah's Grape Reviews or NASCAR E5 Championship Mode. Really want to get those back going again. I know we're almost done with NASCAR E5 Championship Mode. I've done that in like almost 2 years. I know I only did 4 Josiah's Grape Reviews last season. I think I did the Clash, the 500, then Vegas, then Atlanta, then that was it. So, but we're back doing the Clash. That was on Saturday, so let's go and get with it. So the race was supposed to be yesterday, Sunday, but then they moved it a day earlier to Saturday due to rain and flooding that's going on right now in California. So prayers up to those people right now in California suffering from those floodings that are happening right now. Practice and qualifying happened, and Denny Hamlin was on pole. He led the first 20-25 laps, then Ty Gibbs took the lead, and he was pretty much in charge. The first caution didn't happen until like lap 70 in this race, and that was when Ty Gillen spun around, hit the outside wall, or inside wall, whatever wall, but he ended his day. He DNF'd in dead last, unfortunately for Ty Gillen. Then on the restart, Logano took the lead, and right at the race, halfway mark, John Nemechek, who's racing the 42 full-time Cup Series this season, spun around. He got hit by Corey LaJoie, so it spun him around. Instead of just having that be the halftime race break, NASCAR just said, you know what, we're going to go until one lap to go. Why? I don't know. But they did the one lap, then it was the halfway point. The race break was canceled. The halftime show was canceled. I forgot who was supposed to perform. Someone I don't know. That sucked. It was weird because I think someone said practice was free, so if the race was moved the same day as the practice, does that mean that this was a free race for some people? I don't know. I have no clue. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys know any idea about that. Or if you're at the race, I would lovely like to know how your experience was. Interesting. Couple laps afterwards, Chase Elliott's car, I guess he hit the wall, and his car just stopped working. He DNF'd and I think like 22nd. Then right as the caution came out, a bunch of guys got together. The guy who got the worst of it was Bubba Wallace. He spun around. I think Tyler Reddick and Chastain and Bowman and those guys kind of got into it as well. Bumping and beating and banging and whatnot. So then another restart happened, and then another spin. Ross Chastain spun, and then afterwards Ty Gibbs got the lead back, and he drove off. And he and Logano was closing in by about a second, but the Gibbs started to pull away. Then right around 10 to go, Michael McDowell spun around. I think it was Chastain, who I think hit the wall, then got up into McDowell, or maybe McDowell wrecked himself. Who knows? But yeah, pretty much killed McDowell's day. There was a restart inside of 10 to go. Hamlin would quickly get the lead. Gibbs would always try to get there. And this was weird, because Denny Hamlin's car into the corner, like basically every corner, he'd have a lockup. He'd lock up the tires, but then coming out of the corner, he'd just accelerate past and pull it away from Ty Gibbs. Like, it was insane. And Gibbs would get there, and then he couldn't quite do anything. And then the third or fourth place guys, Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney, went on by. Joe Logano was also up front, but he had a bad restart. He kind of drifted back right around the 5th spot. And then finally the white flag flew, and then Ty Gibbs eventually ended up spinning out. Tough break for him. And that was not the end of the race, because even if you take the white flag, next flag does not end the race. You got to take the checkered. So Hamlin was 2 corners away from winning the Clash. Didn't quite do it there. So another restart, but nothing would really happen. Denny Hamlin would win the 2024 Busch Clash. So congrats to him. Maybe the final race at the LA Collisium. This is the 3rd year we've done it. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Afterwards, he did kind of get a kick out of the fans saying, you know what, beat your favorite driver, right? And he said that before, I'm pretty sure. I forgot what race he said that before. You know me, for the years, I haven't liked Denny Hamlin. I didn't like him there. I still think he deserves a championship, which is why I pulled for him to win a championship. He could win it this year. Who knows? We're very early on. This is technically a preseason win for him, if you will. But the Netflix star of the new NASCAR Full Speed, whatever the heck that Netflix documentary is called. Yeah, he got the job done. So I think I have leaderboards saved on my phone, and I want to see, hopefully, if I can use CapCut. Maybe I could put the leaderboard right here. We'll see. It might be there, or it might be not. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a way to put it there. I don't know. I'll probably start with the top 10, then go through 11th through 20th, then eventually the 3 guys that DNF'd. out of the race. So I'll try and remember this off topic. I'll probably cut out some parts just to get the leaderboard and know more. But anyways, I know Denny Hamlin obviously won the race. Kyle Busch was second. All three LA Coliseum races, he has finished second, third, second podiums, but never win. He did win the 2021 Busch Clash, the last Clash before the LA Coliseum, so I guess it was that at least. Ryan Blaney, the reigning series champion, got a solid third place finish, so good for him, good for Ryan Blaney, and we'll see if he can defend his title this season. Joe Logano was up front, like I mentioned, through most of the race. He would end up finishing in fourth, and yeah, he would have some controversy with Ty Gibbs. After the race, there was some beef that went on, and they had some exchange of words due to a video on Twitter or X, or I'm calling it Twitter, not X. I'm sorry, Elon Musk, if you're watching this, I'm not calling it X. You cannot do that to me. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, they were having an exchange of words. I think Logano said something like, "One time, do you understand that?" Gibbs was like, "Yeah." That's all I can really understand from that. I think they had some post-race interviews. I don't know what they said exactly. You'll have to let me know there. But yeah, we already have beef. I know Stenhouse and McDowell under the one of the cautions beat banging with each other. Like, they had beef. Like, one race in, we already have beef, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it's crazy out here. It is crazy out here. And eventually rounding out the top 5 was Kyle Larson. Ended up getting a solid 5th place finish. He's done solid here before. So he came back to finish 5th. Alex Bowman, his teammate, was 6th. So pretty good. Obviously, he missed a couple races due to a back injury. Missed the playoffs entirely. So, I mean, to start off with the 6th place finish, not bad for Bowman, the showman. Hopefully I can remember the rest of the top 10. Chase Briscoe was scored finishing in 7th. And if so, that is a very good top 10 for him. Good job for Chase Briscoe to get a top 10. Martin Truex Jr., last year's winner, finished in 8th place. He got up inside the top 5 briefly. He almost didn't qualify in this race entirely, but got up there and was challenging late. Fell back to finish back in 8th place. Ryan Preece, if I'm not mistaken, did finish in 9th. Obviously, he dominated this race last year, had heartbreak. He was up inside the top 10 in contention, just never quite got into anything. And then right out the top 10 was William Byron, finishing in 10th place. So solid for him. He was up inside the top 5 briefly as well. So good day for him too. I would like to apologize. Keselowski was 8th. Truex was 9th. Byron was 10th. Ryan Preece was 11th. I'm sorry, I got that right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, Preece finished 11th. As for Brad Keselowski finishing in 8th, I'll talk about him really quick here. Both arcade cars in the last 2 years DNQ'd out of both LA Coliseum races, and now this year Keselowski made it. Obviously, Buescher didn't, unfortunately, but good to see Keselowski make it in and then get a good finish on top of that, so good for him. Preece ended up officially, I guess, in 11th place. Bubba Wallace spun, came back to finish in 12th. He was up inside the top 10, had a solid day going for him, so good for him. John Hunter Nemechek, who spun in this race, came back to finish in 13th. Pretty solid for him. Tyler Reddick finished 14th. Just like his teammate Bubba Wallace, he was up inside the top 10 most of the race, but had a restart violation and kind of put him backwards. Rebound only finished at 14th. Ross Chastain had a lot of drivers angry at him, as he always does. He would finish wrapping up inside the top 15 in 15th place, solid for the Mellow Man. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the Daytona 500 champion, finishes in 16th. Obviously, I mentioned he was mad with Mike McDowell, some points during the race. Corey LaJoie was a no-show all day, finished up back in 17th. So, I mean, good for him to make the show, but unfortunately, it was a no-go for him, unfortunately. 18th place was Ty Gibbs after a dominant day. Probably had the best car all day long, and then he fell back. Obviously, spun, finished in 18th. Sucks for him. Definitely does. Michael McDowell, I guess he went a couple laps down. He hit the wall hard. He had some real damage. But still limped his way to 19th. Noah Gragson was a couple laps down for most of the race. Not sure what happened with him, but he was off the pace, finishing in 20th, his first race with the number 10 SHR car. Full time, obviously, Harvick and Almirola both have retired, so Harvick's in the booth. Almirola's doing family stuff, I'm pretty certain. I think he's part-time in Xfinity, briefly, if I remember correctly, for silly season and whatnot. So there's that. Then you get to the 3 DNF drivers. I forgot to mention Justin Haley qualified well for Rick Ware Racing the 51 inside the top 10. Was there for the first half of the race, then fell to basically top 15. And then right around 15 to go, he had an issue and basically the car stopped and he was limping, trying to get to the middle garage area, and he finally did it. Unfortunately, DNF in 21st, not a good result there. And obviously I mentioned both Elliott and Gillen both with DNFs. Not a good start to their seasons. Obviously, it's just technically a quote-unquote preseason. race, so it doesn't really matter. But still, Elliott and Gillen round out the field. Obviously, some notable drivers that didn't make the field. I mentioned Chris Buescher didn't make the field. Christopher Bell, who was really fast in practice, he didn't make it either. Daniel Suarez, who ended up winning the Mexico Series race that was right after the Clash. Congrats to him. He didn't make the field either. Some big drivers didn't make the field, and that sucks for them. But congrats to Denny Hamlin, I guess, on starting off the season hot with a Busch Clash win. And yes, that is going to do it for the return of Size Grape Reviews, the first one of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. The next race is until the duels, which I think is like a couple Thursdays from now, because this week's the Super Bowl. I'll get my predictions out for you guys hopefully this week. Hopefully I can get them out on my computer. My computer's not really working. Seeing if my uncle later today can hopefully fix it. We'll see what happens there. If not, then I'll find something else to maybe do the predictions on, or maybe I'll just post my community tab. Who knows? Who knows what I'll be doing? Hopefully get that out to you soon. But the duels, they'll be out in the 500, then the season will start, and we'll have NASCAR again, and we'll do this whole thing all over again. So yeah, that'll be fun. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, hit the little tiny notification bell there, you never miss any new videos like this one. As always, that is Cloud, and I don't support that, so just do it as a suggestion by me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys, bye.